You can get free chicken for a year. This video is brought to you by ButcherBox. Get 2 pounds of free-range organic chicken breasts for free in every order when you sign up at butcherbox.com/SOS and use code SOS. That is butcherbox.com/SOS and use code SOS. The Week 2 game between Tampa and New Orleans was an awesome, messy rivalry game. I loved it. There was a fight. Mike Evans and Marshawn Lattimore really don't like each other. I didn't love the fight, but I loved the drama. I'm here for the rivalry, and the benches clearing is just a sign of the tension and the rivalry between these two football teams. The stadium was crazy. They're in New Orleans. It was super loud. Mike Evans is given a 1-game suspension. And frankly, the Saints defense dominated Tampa thoroughly. Tom Brady was really frustrated. I'm kind of over Tom Brady throwing the iPad. It's like at this point, dude, come on, have some maturity. I think to just freak out and throw an iPad on the sideline, I guess it's a Microsoft tablet. It's a bit emotionally immature. Your kids are watching. I don't know that I would want that to be that video of me circulating out there, having this emotional, childish outburst and breaking an iPad. But the Saints defense played lights out. They really did dominate Tom Brady for most of this game. The game was tied 3-3 going into the end of with 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter, this game was tied 3-3. That says a lot about New Orleans defense. Now, Week 13, these two teams are going to play each other again. The rematch is going to be on Monday Night Football. I cannot wait for that. But I don't know. I thought Saints quarterback Jameis Winston cost his team the game, quite frankly. He threw 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter. He handed his former team, Tampa, 10 points. Interception number, one of them led to a field goal for Tampa. His final interception, his third one in the fourth quarter, was a pick six that gave Tampa literally a touchdown. So I thought Jameis Winston was a disappointment. Remember, you're never going to make Tampa regret moving on from you and going to Tom Brady. They won a Super Bowl their first year with Tom Brady. Tampa's always going to go, yeah, we did the right thing getting rid of Jameis Winston. But you could at least try to make it look like, hey, you got rid of a good player. And Jameis didn't do that against his former team, which kind of hurts a little bit for me. I'm like, I would have liked to see Jameis do well and show that, hey, you moved on from me, but I'm still a good player. And he didn't do that. I thought, if anything, it's always going to be justified moving on from Jameis to Tom Brady because of that Super Bowl. But this further justified that. They're like, yeah, look, this guy, at the end of the game, giving us 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter, helping us win the football game, that's why we got rid of him right there. So that really stung as a guy who wanted to see Jameis maybe get revenge against his former football team. It's worth noting, by the way, Jameis Winston could not get on the same page with his first-round receiver, Chris Olave. Chris Olave had 5 catches for 80 yards. That's cool on the surface, but when you look at the fact he was targeted 13 times, to only have 5 catches on 13 targets is actually horrendous. And I don't know. I want to see if that connection can grow and get better. On paper, the Saints are loaded, man. Their defense is awesome. They got Jarvis Landry. They've got Michael Thomas. They've got Chris Olave. Talent everywhere. You can't score only 3 points. I guess they scored 10 eventually. They did get another touchdown, but it's like too little too late. And I'm really pumped for this Week 13 matchup, this rematch again between New Orleans and Tampa on Monday night. It'll be in Tampa. Can Jameis play better next time around? And is New Orleans really going to shut down Tom Brady again? And the first half, no points for Tom Brady. That's only the 4th time anyone has shut out Tampa in the first half since Tom Brady got there in 2020. And by the way, 3 of the 4 times the team has done it has been New Orleans. So New Orleans has Tom Brady's number on defense, but they got to get more run support from their offensive side of the football. And so Jameis has to play better. He really let his team down Week 2, and I'm really skeptical of Jameis. I want to see Jameis do well. I hope he becomes the franchise quarterback that New Orleans needs him to be. But you can't throw 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter of a football game and expect to win. It's just that you can't do that at all. Now, it's also worth mentioning, Tampa played the second half with a 3rd-string left tackle. That's a problem. The offensive line continues to be a concern in Tampa. And one little positive note is that Rashad Perryman had a long touchdown catch from Tom Brady. He's a former first-round pick drafted by Baltimore. He didn't work out as a receiver in Baltimore. I like seeing Rashad Perriman do well, a guy who there were a lot of expectations of him coming into his NFL career. To see him have a touchdown, make a big play against New Orleans for Tampa, that's pretty cool. And I just find myself really rooting for a guy like Rashad Perriman who maybe didn't work out with the first half of his career. And now he's in a new phase of his career in Tampa trying to revitalize stuff. And I just find myself rooting for the guy.